So I wanted to quickly document my current opinion on Hall effect sticks, because I'm getting kind of almost fed up with the general market narrative that Hall effect sticks are significantly better than potentiometer sticks or ALPS sticks. So I'm not saying Hall effect sticks are bad, but I do think that it's getting a little bit ridiculous, the narrative that's being pushed. And so I'm gonna back that with evidence. So my first piece of evidence is should be obvious to everyone is just the fact that no pro players in any game are playing on Hall effect sticks. So and you can argue that maybe the reason why they're not using Hall effect sticks is because they just don't know about them yet, and that's a fair argument. But you would think that if Hall effect sticks are so much better, like everybody, every single controller reviewer, every single person on YouTube is pushing the narrative that Hall effect sticks are significantly better. If they were that much better, wouldn't non-pro players who use Hall effect sticks have better aim than pro players who don't use Hall effect sticks? Like, why do pro players still have better aim, if Hall effect controllers are that much better? So that's my first thing. That's not hard evidence, but it's a fact that can't be denied, and it's something that's sort of been bothering me, and so that's why I decided to look into this a little bit more. So I'm going to start off by sort of selling you on Hall effect sticks, like showing you what I saw, which initially made me really interested in them. And then I'm going to sort of break that down. So I'm going to build the Hall effect sticks up. I'm going to build an argument for Hall effect sticks, and then I'm going to kind of break that argument down, with some of the things that I've discovered over the past year. So, first thing that I'm going to do to show you what sold me on Hall effect sticks is going to be this. So this is a circularity test. It shows the circular accuracy of potentiometer of any sticks, but right now I'm doing a default Xbox controller right now. So I'm going to show you the circular accuracy on this. So this is a default Xbox controller, and as you can see, we're at about 10% now. And then on the left stick, let's quickly. So this is just a default Xbox Series X controller. This probably has maybe about 100 or 200 hours of playtime on it. Now I'm going to show you my GameSir Khalid, which is another Xbox controller, but it's got Hall effect sticks in it, made by GameSir. And we're going to have a 0.4 error percentage. So obviously this makes it seem significantly more accurate, because that's like 0.4 is way better than 10% error. And I'll talk a bit more about like why this doesn't really matter, but like right here we're just measuring the outside of the stick. The outside, what are we doing when we're inputting it all the way there? Like, what are we doing? We're turning. You don't need to be accurate when you're turning. You need to be accurate when you're like here in the middle. That's where you need to be accurate. You don't need to be accurate when you're turning. That doesn't matter. So like I also fell for this, for the hype around this like 0.4% error percentage, but like I don't really care how accurate my stick is when I'm turning. So, or how perfect, that's the other thing. This is just how perfect of a circle it is too. So I'll just go back. I'll show you the Xbox one really quick. Okay, here's the Xbox. So as you'll see, like just a ton of error on the outside. It's not a perfect circle at all. So, and then I'll show you just one more. So this is sort of the gold standard for sticks, and this is going to be a PS4 controller. This is what most pro players in most games prefer, because just for comfort, and a ton of players say that the sticks just feel better. They're not sure why. It doesn't really make sense, because PS5 controllers use technically the same sticks. And see, once again, we're at about 8%. So not near as good as Hall effect on this test, at least, but this is only one test. So, and that's sort of the gold standard as far as like pros love that controller across basically every game. So, now what else can I show you? Oh, and then, no, I'll talk about that later. What's this? Okay, so now we'll get into why potential, like, so now this test is going to start to show you why potentiometers might just be better. And I'm not, once again, I'm not saying Hall effects are bad, but potentiometers are definitely more responsive. Okay, so now this test, I'm going to talk about resolution, stick resolution. So what I want you to pay attention to is, and now to be clear, the game Circularity, the stick modules in this, like the other thing that I haven't mentioned is there's a very wide range of Hall effect sticks. So like, there are good Hall effect sticks, and then there are average Hall effect sticks, and then there are bad Hall effect sticks. I don't have a controller that has bad Hall effect sticks in it, but the controller that I'm using right now, the Game Circularity, has average Hall effect sticks. These are an average resolution for Hall effect sticks. So I'm going to slowly go from the middle to the left here. And what I want you to pay attention to is how quickly that percentage goes up on the left side there, on the x-axis, for the right stick there. And so what you're going to notice is we're averaging, see there, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. It's actually consistently 0.6 right now. It's going up by 0.6 every time. 0.4, you see that? And so that's a problem. See, 0.6. And then when I go back down, it's going to be the same every single time, because we're talking about software here. The software, the GameSir software is deciding how much this goes up and down every time. But you see that right there? From 10.1 to 10.6. See, it goes up by 0.4 there. Then we got a little reset there. But anyways, you'll see it most of the time it goes up by about 0.6. Sometimes it goes about up by about 0.4. And the reason why that's bad, obviously the first reason is because that's very inconsistent. Sometimes it goes up by 0.4, sometimes 0.6, sometimes 0.5. This is just a quick test. I've spent like 20 minutes doing this. I'm not going to waste too much time doing this right now, but that's just a quick test. It's an inconsistent. It's not a linear response curve. It's very inconsistent. It's not even a consistent response curve either. Like, sorry, it's not even a classic response curve. It's a jagged response curve like that. It's jagged, and so that's really inconsistent. Now I'll show you my PS4 controller here. Oh, no, actually, I want to just keep... No, I'll show the PS4 controller. Because once again, this is sort of the gold standard for potentiometer sticks. Just for a head-on comparison in the same test. Okay, and so what we're going to see here is, like, it's like we're in a whole nother universe here. Like, this is, like, totally different. Like, you can tell this is totally different technology. And so, as you can see, it's tweaking, like, the number. Like, why is it doing that? And the reason it's doing that is because this is not a software now. This is hardware. Like, there's no software involved in that the reading. Okay, it's a stick itself, because for Hall effect sticks to work, you need a software. But here it's just purely the stick is providing the reading, and you'll see how it's tweaking. That gives an ultra responsive feel, because it's like it's like I'm not moving it, by the way. Like, well, I am moving it, but it moves without me moving it, really. And so it's just constantly ready to respond. So as soon as you make an adjustment, it's responding. And so that's what gives potentiometer sticks a more responsive feel. And so, yeah, that's that test. And then I want to show you this here. So this is, And then what I'm also going to end up doing, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm going to end up showing you these tests with good Hall effect sticks, like really good, the best Hall effect sticks. Okay, so far I've showed you average Hall effect sticks, and then I'm gonna end up showing you like the best Hall effect sticks. So, but right here I just want to show you this really quick. Okay, so this is another test. Right stick. Okay. And then how do I do this? Actually, I forgot. Oh yeah, trail. Is it trail? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yeah, yeah. I haven't done this in like a week, so it just took me a second to figure out. Okay, so watch this. When I go from the dead center all the way, so this is what we're testing right now is stick resolution. So I'm going from the dead center all the way to the left, and we're gonna test how many zones this thing has. Okay, so 175, and then I'm just gonna do the test one more time. Got to do it kind of slow, so I'm like super accurate. Anyway, 175 is our results. So that's how many zones it has in any given direction. How many zones can be read, which makes sense because it was going up between 0.4 and 0.6. And so if you do 0.4 to 0.6 percentiles each time, so if you fit that into 100, that would equal to roughly 175. So that makes perfect sense. Or so far our math is adding up. Why is that happening? I don't know. Why'd that happen? That's odd. Let me pull this up. Joystick tester. All right, good. So now this is a good Hall effect stick. So I showed you how many zones the average Hall effect stick has, and now I want to show you the good one. Okay. Okay. So I want to show you how many zones it has from the middle to the left side. So the last one had 175 zones, and this one has 1,074. So that's what, like about 5 times more accurate, 5 to 6 times more accurate. I'll just do the test one more time. I feel like I'm messing it up a little, but about 1,075 to 80-ish, you know? So as you can see, that's, undeniably about 5 times higher resolution, meaning there's about 5 times as many zones that can be registered. And then if we come here and do this test really quick, we'll see here that this is much different from the potentiometer sticks because it's not tweaking, and it's also much different from the average Hall effect sticks because we're going up by like 0.1% at a time because we have 1,000 zones. So we're actually able to go up by 0.1%. And so like when I was falling for the hype around Hall effect sticks and I was using average Hall effect sticks, I just felt like, hey, like these things aren't as responsive as potentiometer sticks, but maybe I just need to get used to them. Like I kept kind of justifying it in my head, but I could tell like it's almost like there's some sort of a garbage software that's hindering me. Because I'm very sensitive to this sort of thing, with how much I practice and whatnot. And so, and then I forgot to show you this one here with the potentiometers. So let's quickly show you this one. It might crash again, but you'll see what our result be. I think it's because the potentiometers are so quick that it almost doesn't, it's sort of messed up on the potentiometers. I think it's because we're using like 1,000 hertz potentiometers. It doesn't actually record every zone. So switch it over to the right stick, turn these around. Hopefully, yeah, my controller is at 1,000 hertz ish. All right, and then you'll see this one. I don't think like this test definitely doesn't go in the favor of the potentiometer sticks. See? But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's just the test. The test just doesn't properly represent the potentiometers, because if I switch over to garbage potentiometers, you'll see I'm going to switch over to like Xbox potentiometers, which are just not as good as PlayStation ones. So let me show you these. These ones should show more because we're talking about 125 hertz here. So the controller is much slower, and so I think that it's able to actually record the resolution on this stick. I think the PS4 controller is just too quick. It can't really, yeah, see this one's being properly recorded. And so this is a more accurate representation of the resolution of potentiometer sticks, because there's no way that an Xbox controller is 5 times higher resolution than a PS4 controller. There's just no chance. I think that this software just isn't properly representing the PS4 controller. Okay. I think that those are most of the tests that I wanted to run. Obviously, let's see. This one here. Yeah, that pretty much shows everything. So, and then like, I guess I'll quickly talk about it in game. Just so that, oh, in case this isn't obvious, the good Hall effect sticks that I'm talking about are the GameSir Tarantula Pro. So the average ones are the GameSir Khalid. The GameSir, just every GameSir controller has average ones, aside from the GameSir Tarantula Pro. The GameSir Tarantula Pro has elite level like ALPS Hall effect sticks. Those are the real deal. That's what you want if you're using Hall effect sticks. The other ones, they're not bad. I would say they're acceptable. They're acceptable. Like I shoot really straight with anything, but even the average Hall effect sticks, I still shoot really straight with them. I just prefer not to use them anymore. So I'll just quickly hop in the range and I'll just kind of just talk. So yeah, let me plug in the PlayStation controller and I'll just explain stick drift to you. I'll just partly debunking the last stick drift myth. So this is stick drift, obviously, all right? Like you can see I have stick drift on my PS4 controller. Just depending on what direction I point it in, it kind of drifts up a little, kind of drifts down a little, you know. But ultimately, I don't care what the controller is doing when my thumb is not on the stick. Okay, I care what it's doing when my thumb is on the stick. And when my thumb is on the stick drift is not an issue at all, right? It drifts a little when my thumb's not on the stick, but as soon as I put my thumb on the stick, it goes whatever direction I want it to. So I don't really care about that level of stick drift. Now, so that's spring drift, and I'll show you here. Like now I'll plug in Hall effect controller. This is going to be the GameSir Khalid, and you'll see we still have stick drift. Okay, we still have stick drift. Why? The reason why we still have stick drift is because any controller that uses springs, which is all controllers, is going to have stick drift. Any controller that uses springs, and every controller uses springs, because I want to, like, no one takes the time to define the difference between spring drift and modular drift, right? Like module drift. So spring drift is when the springs drift like this, right? Like, see, it just simply over time, your springs are going to become more loose, okay? And this is another very important factor, is that tighter springs are a solution to that, but tighter springs will make you miss. Like, you don't want tight springs. Every pro controller player orders, like anyone who's ordering a Battle Beaver controller who doesn't suck, is either ordering default tension or reduced tension. No good player is ordering increased tension. That's absolutely ridiculous, right? So any controller company that's selling you with their ability to increase the tension of your controller, it's just because you're not good enough, right? Like you're not good enough to control the lack of tension, right? That's why you need to increase the tension. Anyone who is promoting um, tension rings, the control freak tension rings, is so wrong. They're just simply not good enough to control loose springs. They're not good enough, so they need to add tension. Like, do not fall for that absolute marketing garbage. Like, don't fall for that. And so we want loose springs. Like, the last thing I want is for controller companies to start tightening up springs. And so we're going to have spring drift. We need to accept that. On Hall effect sticks, we're going to have spring drift. And on potentiometer sticks, we're going to have spring drift. Now, the other thing that we have is going to be module drift. And so, and that's one of the main selling points of Hall effect controllers, is the fact is the fact that you're not going to get module drift. So I guess I feel like this is probably a good test to explain module drift. So module drift is when if you have potentiometer sticks, when they wear out, because it's Hall effect sticks are magnetic, and then potentiometer sticks are like something else. And so eventually they wear out, or they can get dust in them, or they can get debris in them. And when you have module drift, it's really bad because it's essentially not picking up certain areas of the resolution. So like on the left side, right there, like if I have a piece of dust caught in my module, like right here, then it's going to skip from like 2 all the way to like 6 sometimes, just for example, right? It's going to skip. Or maybe you'll go left and it'll go right, right? So like literally, I've only ever had module drift one time ever. And so this is why I'm not afraid of potentiometer sticks, is because everybody says, oh, I have stick drift, right? But it's just spring drift. And they're just overreacting because they don't understand that it's not actually that bad of a thing. And so, what am I trying to say here? Oh, yeah. So like when I had, it was actually on my left stick. And so it was really bad because like when I was looting in Apex, I'd go up and it would go down. I'd go left and it would go right. Like it was really bad. And I will fully admit that that's bad. That's unacceptable. But that controller was very used. Like it's going to happen, right? But only one time in my life have I ever had module drift. And that's what you want to worry about. That's what you should be afraid of. That's what it's going to make you miss. That will make you miss. But normal stick drift will not make you miss. And so, yeah, that's my opinion on stick drift. I think it's definitely like stick drift is far overrated, or like far too feared, right? Everybody's so afraid of stick drift. Everybody's returning their controllers because they get a little bit of spring drift, not understanding that every controller on the market is going to have spring drift unless the springs are too tight. So, and what else? Oh, Hall effect sticks. Yeah, Hall effect sticks, pretty overrated. They're still going to get spring drift. Pretty overrated because there's a software that has to go over them. There always has to be a software that goes over the sticks. There's some sort of software and some sort of response curve involved on top of the game's response curve. There's always dead zones involved. There's always some sort of nonsense involved. I still haven't used. I've been loving ALPS Hall effect sticks. Those are like the best of the best Hall effect sticks. Those might be better than PS4 sticks and PS5 sticks, than like PlayStation sticks. I'm still not sure. I think that PlayStation sticks are probably a little bit better still. Just purely based off feel, they just feel so incredibly responsive. But I've only used ALPS, or sorry, I've only used, what's it called? I can't even think of but like good Hall effect sticks. I've only used good Hall effect sticks for like a week. And so I still haven't fully formed my opinion. I've got to experiment a little bit more before I have a fully formed opinion on that. But definitely for now, the sticks that I recommend are anything made by PlayStation. Anything based on the default PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 controller. So that's for now. That's definitely my recommendation. They feel the best to me. But I'm gonna keep using my GameSir Tarantula Pro keep experimenting with it, and I I have a feeling like the thing is it just has so many buttons on it. I've been really loving that controller. I don't really want to use anything else. See, like look how bad my stick is drifting when I stop touching the controller. These are Hall effect sticks. So, yeah. And by the way, like if you're someone who believes that you should turn dead zones on, like external dead zones on, you're just wrong. So don't do that. Like within the app, I don't even know if I have the correct app to turn dead zones on. Oh yeah, I do. On here, like don't do that. That's bad. I understand I could turn a dead zone on and I wouldn't have, but I don't care about stick drift. My stick is not drifting when my thumb is on the controller. I do not care. So I'll just quickly show you like my games are dead zones. I'm trying to make it just as linear as possible, but still obviously there is some nonsense involved. So yeah, see I've just got like 0 on 100, just trying to make it as default as possible, just like a default PlayStation controller or Xbox controller would be. So anyway, I think that's all. I'm gonna go craft a medkit here. Oh, help!
10 seconds.
I'm gonna get one kill. I'm gonna kill one.
Okay. I'm coming.
Help me, please. I killed him.
Crack. Hit him for 15 again. I'm with you.
Be careful, be careful. It just... Keep looking at... I've thrown them lots of damage, lots of damage. Please peek, please peek.
I fucked up.
Lifeline's one.
Is that the last one?
Yep.
Smoke res.
Yeah, you can res him.
Oh, res.
I don't know if Lifeline's still up.
Here she is.
They're resing here? They're life.
They're resing. Lifeline's one.
She's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
Nice suck.
on you, Robert.
Okay, I'm coming over to you.
I got no ammo, bro. These guys are psychos. Knock two, I knocked two. I got no ammo though.
Uh-oh.
You gotta kill this guy for me.
I can't see.
Fucking slide in the smoke then and fucking point blank and fucking barrel stuff this nigga. Oh, he's pummel fading. Nice.
Yeah, I know I'm really good. Yeah, I know I'm really good. Do you need help?
Yeah, pick me up, you Jacob.
Not you, the guy who needs help.
He can handle it.
132. 88.
Fuck, he jumped off. He's running east.
I killed one. Killed two.
Damn. I think I just heard him below.
Oh my goodness, on me. Oh, he's
Fuck.
one. Should be a third party. 158. I killed one. Oh my
Damn.
goodness.
Oh my god, my aim is atrocious right there. Crack the guy on you.
I can't see.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I got a ball shoved in my
dead.
face.
You can
That
res.
ball?
Wait, should I res?
You res, you res, you res.
This kid's peeking. Okay, I'm resing.
Oh my god, that fucking almost knocked me down.
Do we peek?
What the fuck?
If you need.
What's up here? Missed that.
Yeah, I'm missing two. 140 on Pathfinder.
There's a
Oh,
guy.
yeah, they're patting at me.
Oh, only one of them is, I think. Oh, you no scoped him?
No, I quick scope him.
You demon.